Hello anyone, Mr. Skyson here, and welcome to Orchids to Dusk. While I'm not entirely sure of the meaning behind the name, the game itself is a sort of multiplayer walking simulator, I suppose you would call it. You play as an astronaut who, after an accident with their spacecraft, has become stranded on an alien planet. You've no supplies with you, only a limited amount of air to breathe, and there is no way home. No way to be found. You are going to die soon. It is an unsettling truth, but one you and your character must quickly come to terms with. But before that happens, you have a chance to explore your new surroundings, take in the sights of this strange new world, and enjoy your last moments. Maybe think about your life and let your mind wander as you do. It is a strangely relaxing game, so let's go for a walk, shall we? Click to start. And this is us in our escape pod, hurtling toward the planet. I believe this is where the multiplayer comes in, as the game is fairly simple, so this loading screen is probably it loading the other players, as we would see them. I think it usually takes a little while, so I will probably skip ahead. And it looks like we've landed on the planet. As you can see from the control screen here, it is a very simply controlled game, just using the mouse, and it's a very visually appealing game, so you can take screenshots if you want. It's really nice. So let's go. Here we are, in a strange new world. There's our space pod. A bit worse for the wear. Yeah, it's a little cracked up and busted. So yes, here we are on this strange planet. There we go, walk this way. As you go, you hear a little music. Oh, actually, let's go this way. I like that we leave footprints. That's nice. The ambient music turning on. It's a very relaxing game, despite the, unusual theme. Or I wouldn't say unusual. Oh. There goes our spacecraft. That's what I had meant before. There is no way for us to be tracked. No way for them to sense us if there is anybody out there. No tracers, nothing. It is just us in our little spacesuit. And this is where the multiplayer comes in. I believe this is supposed to be a procedurally generated world, or at least a very large world. I'm just going to sit down by you here. And, so when other people play the game, as they die, you can come across their bodies. Yeah, we got little swirlies. So yeah, you can come across their bodies. Or you can come across the little forests. Because these too are generated in a way. They're very pretty. I like this. This is very simply designed, but very pretty game. It has a nice aesthetic to it, and I like that. Because not every game has to be high action, guns blazing, or super hilarious or anything like that. Sometimes it can just be about life stuff. Or, in this case, death stuff. As you can see to the left, we have our oxygen meter. We are under 70%. Uh-oh. Here we have somebody's air helmet. Somebody died here. It's a nice little forest area. It's very peaceful. But that's the whole point to it. Death. Some people are afraid of death. Some people welcome it. In the end, death itself is, or at least should be, a very peaceful experience. And there are some footprints. So yes, with the multiplayer thing, you can actually see people's footprints as they wandered, and I assume where they fell. Yeah, death isn't the big scary monster that some people make it out to be. Not that it's something you should seek out, by no means. I like these little jellyfish things, that's neat. Let's walk this way. I like that we can walk toward the camera or away from it. I don't know, it gives a whole different feeling walking toward the camera for some reason. I'm wondering what this land is, if it's supposed to be sand, dirt, or something. Because it's different from this more swirly pattern here. But yeah, a game like this, a game where the entire point is to just wait for the inevitable. I don't know, I find that oddly relaxing. It's over here. Sometimes you can see more of the little helmets, the bubbles. But apparently that's just sort of a rarity. Because I'd played this game once before, just trying it out for a recording. And I found an air bubble in one of the trees. It was, kind of funny, to be honest. But yeah, a game like this, you know what's coming, you know you don't have long, so it gives you time to just think about things. Think about how you would react in such a situation. Would you give up? Would you try to fight it? Try to fight the inevitable? Or try to take in the last moments in such a way as we are? And at least look at all the beauty of life that's going on. Noticing that the land is dotted with things rather than just one sprawling forest. Because it's a rather clear area here, but empty. Yeah, very empty through here, but dotted everywhere else. Huh, it's like we're in an open field. Ooh, we are at less than 20%. So maybe we should have a sit down. Unfortunately, I do not have control over that. They choose that themselves. Whoever our little person is. I'll be honest, with the suit and the tiny head, they remind me a little bit of Earthworm Jim. Uh-oh. There's our little meter. It's telling us that we are low on oxygen. Low on time. Oh. But then we're given this option. Should we wait for it to happen and suffer when it does? Or should we just go ahead and greet death like a friend who has been waiting for us for so long? Should we just go ahead and take off the helmet and just let go? Let's just go. Last breath. And then we go. Spawning new life when we do. Because death is never an absolute end. With each death, especially in nature, it's the circle of life, as they say. With each death comes new life. You return to the earth, and thus new life can be created. And there is our helmet. Or the helmet that we saw before, and every forest area that we see in this game. That's been a person who has decided to go ahead and meet their end. And as a result have brought life to this planet which is seemingly devoid of it. And that is an oddly pleasing end. Because despite being all about death, and most people being afraid of it, not wanting to die, again, it's never truly the end. Because more happens afterward. And I have created a sort of spaghetti coral thing. This is actually kind of neat. I didn't create a forest. I created spaghetti coral. So that's kind of neat. This game is on itch.io. It is pay what you want. If you happen to play the game yourself, maybe see if you can spot my spaghetti coral. I don't know if you will. It's probably a very large map, but maybe you can. Maybe you can come join me. Join me in spaghetti coral. Hit enter to go back. And so yes, this was Orchids to Dusk. There is a second ending, though I discussed that briefly before. It is when you let your oxygen run out, and then you just sort of fall over and die, and everything fades away. But this seemed like a much happier ending, because we brought life to the planet, or at least helped others to do so, and that's nice. Oh, and there on the screen, I'm assuming that's our space station. That's what we came from, and apparently it is broken. So yes, something happened, and we wound up on the planet, there to die and bring new life. But anywho, this has been Orchids to Dust. I hope you've enjoyed watching. If you did, then give the like button a tap. And if you want to see more like this, or more from me, then give the subscribe button a big thumbs up. I'll see you all next time, and remember to stay groovy.